In a conference room in San Francisco, a group of the smartest people on Earth are arguing about whether they are building the most important invention in human history, or the last one. This argument is not happening in public. It is happening behind closed doors, in Slack channels and encrypted messages, in one-on-one meetings and late-night conversations. And the outcome will affect every human being on Earth. Today, I am taking you inside the AI companies. Not the polished PR version, the real version, the culture, the conflicts, the competing ideologies that are shaping the technology that will shape our future. Let us start with OpenAI, the company that brought AI to the mainstream and is now tearing itself apart over what to do next. To understand OpenAI, you have to understand its origin story. It was founded in 2015 as a nonprofit with a mission that sounded almost naive. Build artificial general intelligence that benefits all of humanity. The founding team included Elon Musk, Sam Altman, Greg Brockman, and Ilya Sutskever. They raised $1 billion in pledged donations. They would be the antidote to Google, a company that would develop AGI without the profit motive that they believed corrupted Google mission. That lasted about 4 years. In 2019, OpenAI created a for-profit arm. They took $1 billion investment from Microsoft. The nonprofit board still controlled the company, or so they thought. What happened next is the most dramatic corporate story in modern technology. In November 2023, the board fired Sam Altman. The reason was never fully explained. The board said he was not consistently candid in his communications. What actually happened is that two competing visions of OpenAI future collided. On one side, Ilya Sutskever and the safety-oriented board members believed the company was moving too fast and prioritizing products over safety. On the other side, Sam Altman and the commercial team believed that the best way to ensure AI safety was to be the ones building it, and that required speed, scale, and money. The board fired Sam. The employees revolted. Over 700 of OpenAI, roughly 770 employees, signed a letter threatening to quit unless Sam was reinstated. That included Ilya Sutskever himself, who had voted to fire Sam. Microsoft stepped in, offering to hire all of them. Within 5 days, Sam was back. The board was replaced, and the safety-oriented faction had lost. The aftermath was a mass exodus of OpenAI safety talent. Jan Leke, who led the superalignment team, resigned and wrote a thread that went viral. Safety culture and processes have taken a back seat to shiny products, he said. Ilya Sutskever left a few months later to start Safe Superintelligence Inc., a company dedicated to building safe AI without the commercial pressures of a product company. At least a dozen other senior researchers followed. The people who were most concerned about AI safety were no longer inside the most powerful AI company in the world. Today, OpenAI is a company at war with itself. Publicly, they present a unified front. Privately, the tension between the commercial imperative and the safety mission is unresolved and, many insiders say, unresolvable. The culture at OpenAI has been described by former employees as a pressure cooker. Brilliant people working at breakneck speed on technology that could change the world, with the constant background anxiety that they might be building something that destroys it. The company has a manic energy, simultaneously exhilarating and terrifying. A former researcher told me that working there felt like being on a train that is accelerating toward a cliff while everyone on board argues about whether to build a bridge or a parachute. Now let us go to Anthropic, the company that was founded by people who left OpenAI because they thought it was moving too fast and taking too many risks. Dario and Daniela Amodei, along with several other OpenAI veterans, founded Anthropic in 2021 with a single explicit goal: build AGI safely, even if it takes longer. No compromises, no shortcuts. The culture at Anthropic could not be more different from OpenAI. Where OpenAI feels like a startup hurtling toward an uncertain future, Anthropic feels like a research institute that happens to have a product. Anthropic offices are quiet. The pace is deliberate. Decisions are made by consensus. Every model release is preceded by extensive safety testing and red teaming. The culture is academic, almost monastic. Anthropic approach to AI safety is called constitutional AI. The idea is to embed human values directly into the training process rather than trying to bolt them on after the fact. The Constitution is a set of principles drawn from sources like the UN Declaration of Human Rights, various ethical frameworks, and input from domains experts. The AI is trained to follow these principles, not just avoid saying bad things. This approach is philosophically appealing, but practically unproven. No one knows whether constitutional AI will actually work at the scale of AGI. Anthropic is making a very large bet on an unvalidated hypothesis. The culture at Anthropic is heavily influenced by the effective altruism movement, the same philosophical community that produced Sam Bankman-Fried. Many Anthropic employees are committed EAs who believe that their work is literally the most important thing anyone could be doing to improve the long-term future of humanity. This gives the company a sense of moral mission that is both inspiring and, to outsiders, slightly concerning. When you believe you are saving the world, it becomes very easy to justify anything in service of that mission. Critics of Anthropic point out that the company has raised $7 billion from investors who will eventually want a return. The tension between the safety mission and the financial reality is not resolved. It is deferred. Now Google DeepMind. If OpenAI is the startup and Anthropic is the monastery, DeepMind is the empire. DeepMind was founded in 2010 in London by Demis Hassabis, Shane Legg, and Mustafa Suleyman. It was acquired by Google in 2014 for over $500 million. Since then, it has operated as a semi-autonomous unit within the Google empire. DeepMind has the deepest research bench of any AI company. They have more published papers in top-tier AI conferences than OpenAI and Anthropic combined. They have a Nobel Prize for AlphaFold. They are, by any measure, the most accomplished AI research organization in the world. The culture at DeepMind is academic and competitive. Researchers are given enormous freedom to pursue their interests. The expectation is that they will publish, that their work will be peer-reviewed, and that they will advance the state of the art. But DeepMind struggles with the Google problem. Their technology has to go through Google product pipeline to reach users. This creates a gap between research and impact that frustrates many DeepMind researchers. DeepMind developed some of the most advanced AI systems in the world years before ChatGPT existed. But because Google was cautious about deploying them, the world did not see them. OpenAI launched ChatGPT and captured the public imagination with technology that DeepMind had arguably matched or exceeded internally. This has created a culture of frustration at DeepMind. Researchers feel they are winning the science but losing the market. There is constant pressure from Google leadership to ship faster while maintaining safety standards. The merger of Google Brain and DeepMind in 2024 created Google DeepMind, combining both research organizations. This was supposed to solve the deployment problem. Instead, it created new cultural tensions between the more academic DeepMind culture and the more product-oriented Brain culture. Finally, Meta AI, the company that most people do not take seriously as an AI contender, but which is pursuing the most radical strategy of all. Meta AI, led by Yann LeCun, has a simple thesis. The path to safe AI is open source. If the most powerful AI models are available to everyone, no single company or government can use AI to dominate everyone else. This is not a PR strategy. It is a deeply held belief system. Lacan has spent decades arguing that fears of AI are overblown and that the real danger is centralized control of AI by a small number of corporations or governments. Meta releases their Llama models under open-source licenses. Anyone can download them, modify them, and deploy them. This has earned them criticism from safety advocates who argue that open-sourcing powerful AI enables bad actors. Meta's response is that centralization is the bigger risk. AI in the hands of a single corporation or government is more dangerous than AI in the hands of millions of developers who can collectively audit, improve, and secure the technology. The culture at Meta AI is pragmatic and engineer-driven. There is less philosophical agonizing than at Anthropic or OpenAI. The focus is on building useful technology and getting it into people's hands. But Meta has its own tensions. The AI research team wants to push the boundaries of what is possible. The product teams want to integrate AI into Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. The advertising team wants to use AI to improve targeting. These interests do not always align. 4 companies, 4 cultures, 4 competing visions of the future of AI. OpenAI believes the best path to safe AI is to build it fast, learn from deployment, and iterate. Speed is safety because it allows society to adapt gradually rather than being confronted with AGI suddenly. Anthropic believes the best path to safe AI is to build it carefully, with safety embedded from the start. Caution is safety because the risks of getting it wrong are existential. DeepMind believes the best path to safe AI is scientific rigor, peer-reviewed research, reproducible results, and gradual deployment through trusted platforms. Process is safety. Meta believes the best path to safe AI is democratization, open-source models, distributed control, and collective oversight. Freedom is safety. These visions are incompatible. They cannot all be right, and the company that wins the race to AGI will impose its vision on the rest of humanity, whether we like it or not. The culture war inside these companies is not just about management philosophy or workplace environment. It is about the most important question in human history. Who decides how powerful intelligence gets deployed and under what constraints? Right now, that question is being decided by a few thousand people in San Francisco, London, and Menlo Park. They are brilliant, well-intentioned, and deeply divided, and their decisions will affect your life more than any election you will ever vote in. This is the real story of AI in 2026. Not the benchmarks, not the funding rounds. The quiet, desperate argument inside the companies building the future about whether they are building heaven or hell. That is the deep dive for this week. Subscribe for more analysis that goes beyond the headlines. Next week, we are examining the AI systems that are already making life and death decisions, and almost nobody is watching. In the comments, tell me which company culture you think is most likely to produce safe and beneficial AI. I read every response. Thanks for watching. The future is being built right now, behind doors most people will never see. I will see you in the next one.